Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I'm working on a wall organizer shelf for my wife for Christmas. Now this is going to have to fit in a spot that's about 20 inches wide, 24 inches tall. Since this board is already 24 inches this way, I'm going to mark 20 inches over uh, both edges, strike a straight line, and then cut that line. I'll show you what that looks like when I get done. Okay, so I cut that piece out. Also went ahead and drew my layout for my plan here. This is gonna be a wall organizer, like slash charging station, I guess you could say. So her laptop should be able to fit here. Her iPad here, her phone here. On a hidden shelf here, we'll have like a power supply, power strip, whatever you want to call it, and some extra space for like anything else, like her earbuds or watch, whatever that anything else that needs to be charged. And then a top shelf, just for probably decorative type stuff on top of there. Maybe candles can go on top, something like that. But basically, I've also written out all my measurements here. I'm gonna take this board to the table saw and cut some 2-inch rips to all of these measurements. So that'll be a bottom, and I'm gonna maybe put like some hooks down here for uh like purses, handbags, cat leash, whatever, car keys, anything like that can hang down there on the hooks. And then the pieces we cut from here we'll put, that's why these are 1/2 inch wide. We'll put it standing up so it'll come out 2 inches. Build this little frame. The top shelf, maybe I'll make it a little bit wider, like a 3-inch shelf or something. Cross that bridge when we get there. But then I'm also gonna have across the front here another 2-inch strip, and then this one will probably just have a 1-inch strip. Probably a 1-inch strip all the way across the bottom, and then another one here, and probably one more here, something like that. So it's going to be pretty simple. I'm also going to stain this. But yeah, let me go ahead and get this cut, and then I can start assembling all of it. All right, started losing sunlight there, and they're calling for rain tonight, so I had to hurry up so I could get my tools put away. But I just ripped these down, like I said, to 2 inches, and cut them to those lengths that I had written out, and just got them standing there. That same, I've not glued them or anything, just laying there. And that layout that I drew, that top shelf, I did end up setting that at 3.5 inches wide. Uh, and then while the fence was still at 3.5 inches, I ripped another piece and then took 2 squares off of it that I'll use for supports, like one on this end, one on this end. You get the idea. Um, and then I took 3 more rips of 2-inch. That's gonna be like what we use to retain all our stuff in. These obviously have to be cut. This one can go all the way across, but just got trimmed off the ends. Same for the second one. The third one up is gonna have to be cut here because we want one piece here, and then this side needs to be opened. But that same piece will then put up here to be the uh, retainer for that shelf. And then we have a 3-inch piece for that top one to give it a little bit more uh, hidden area behind there, because that's probably where mostly going to be wires and stuff back there. Uh, so I'm gonna get this inside. I'm gonna call it a night. It'll be just a minute for you, but it'll be overnight for me. I'll start assembling this tomorrow. All right, it's really gloomy outside, so we're gonna have to work inside a little bit. Put a piece of cardboard down, try and make as little mess as possible. Our next step is going to be to attach all these pieces, the sides and bottoms, to each other, not to the back piece yet. to each other. So I'm gonna put some glue on that piece right here on this edge, put them together, and put a screw in it. I do this corner, and I'll use this piece to make sure I got the space perfect here, and do this one, and then I'll get this piece in here, and then I'll get that one in, and then I'll get the top one, and then we can probably go about staining everything before we go about putting this piece to the back and then the front pieces on it. So, come back and show you. We got some work done. Got all those glued and screwed together, but not to the backboard yet. Um, two of the thinner pieces that we ripped down and the one thicker piece are all gonna go just all the way across like that. So mark the one, and then I'll cut that, I'll double check that it fits, and then I'll use it as a template to mark my other two cut down. And then this one is going to be cut into two different pieces, because this piece will go about here. So I've got that marked, and then cut that, and then we'll take this piece up here. So that's why there's a mark right there to cut. So I'll get those cut, and I think I'll actually go ahead and attach the fronts before I move on to staining. So it'll just be in two pieces when I take it out and stain. I think that would be pretty easy. So I'll get all these cut, glue and screw them to the fronts, and then actually before staining I might still I'll have this piece here, for example. I might cut like a 1/2 inch rip to go on all the exposed edges. But we'll see. Raining outside, I don't know if I'm gonna get the table saw out or not. We'll see what we do. So we got all of our front pieces glued and screwed on. I decided not to put this one because I was doing some test fitting, and like that, it's kind of tight to get that laptop in there. And like that, it seems to have plenty of support. I don't think it's going to fall out. Worst case scenario, I'll end up ripping this one a little bit thinner and put it like pretty much right against that one. That should be fine. But I think it's going to be okay like this. So, still in two pieces. That back part is still not attached to the front part. And it has kind of stopped raining a little bit, so I'm gonna get this outside and get it dusted off real good, get some stain on it real quick. I'll be right back. All right, with all that stain on there, looking really nice. Now before I go attach the back to the front, I want this power strip to sit in this shelf, but I don't want the cord to be coming up over the shelf and out the side. I want a hole in the side for the cord. But I'm not going to be able to make a big enough hole for this whole plug to go through, because that would be like pretty much take the whole side. I'd have to basically just cut a gap in the side. But I'm just going to make a notch big enough for the cord to fit. So when I attach the front and back, I need to go ahead and have this laying in there. My idea is just to drill a hole about right here, about the same size of the cord, and then use a pull saw just to notch it out to the back. So I'm going to do that and get that in there, and then I'm going to glue and screw the front and back together. I'm going to put a little bit of hardware on the back. I used that break in the rain to also rip down the remaining pieces of our plywood to a 1.5 inch strip, and then 2 strips with a 45-degree angle. That'll be like a French cleat system. So we'll put the cleat up top, and then a spacer strip down at the bottom. And that strip at the bottom will also give us plenty of wood to put these hooks to screw into. So once we do all that, we'll be. So let me get to work on it. So we got our hardware put on the back. We got it all put together, complete. This is a cleat that we'll use to hang it on the wall. This is the part that goes on the wall. So you see, that'll just slide on, and it can hold the whole thing. This part will be screwed to the wall, like that way. We also got a spacer at the bottom to hold it straight, plumb with the wall. So we just drilled a hole there, and then I just used my little hand saw, pull saw, to cut the rest of that notch before I glued and screwed the back to the front. So our strip is in there, nice and hidden away, and I put these hooks on the bottom. So that's our complete product right here. So the laptop fits right there, iPad, cell phone, and then everything can be plugged in up here. And there's also enough space up here for um ear earbuds and uh watch, whatever else. And then a shelf on top for candles or anything, whatever. So I hope you like that. If you did, leave a like, please subscribe. Come back and check out what we do next.